So up to now, we've done a number of sessions, a number of workshops which have been focused on behavioral changes, right? But it's equally important for us to also remain well versed with the changes that are happening in the world of banking, and more so in our Bank of Baroda context. So for this purpose, we are launching this masterclass series, right, where we'll get senior leaders and stalwarts from the bank to share some unique and highly Bank of Baroda contextual insights with you, right? And this is also a great opportunity for all of you to interact and learn directly from some of our leaders. Today's session is going to be led by Mr. Handa. So as you know, he leads the FinTech partnerships and mobile banking and digital lending department. He's been helping with the digital strategy of the bank with a view to transform the bank into a leading digital bank in India. And within the Bank of Baroda system, he's the go-to person for several areas like digital banking, payment solutions, payment banking, contactless cards, analytics, API banking, and so on and so forth. Right? He comes with a lot of unique experience of both startups, international banks, as well as Bank of Baroda. So I'm sure this session will be highly engaging, informative, and will add a lot of value to all of you. Right. So without further ado, let me hand over now to Mr. Handa, who's going to start his session on going digital for retail and MSME lending. So Nandita, do we have Kamala on the call?
Yes, Aditya, we do, and she also has the presenter rights.
Share your and Mr. Handa, you can start.
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. I'm very pleased to have an interaction with most I'm told this event is being attended by more than 400 chief managers, which are carefully selected from across the bank, various geographies, departments, and all of you officers have been identified as high potential performers on which the future of the bank depends to a very large extent. So I'm very pleased to talk to you today. When I was given the opportunity, I thought about what is the key thing I should talk about, and then it was a no-brainer that the most appropriate thing to discuss would be a very ambitious project that our MD and CEO has set up for the bank, and the vision of the MD and CEO, which is to build a digital bank and digitize both sides of the balance sheet. Key component of which is lending. Earlier this year, just around COVID, and COVID hit, uh, set up this big vision of digitizing half the balance sheet of the bank, which is retail, MSME, and agricultural lending business. So we set up a new department at the corporate office called the Digital Lending Department. I was given the charge of setting it up, and today we are here almost 6 months down the line, having set up the department, putting together a cross-functional team from various expert groups in the bank, MSME, retail, IT, fintech, and also being able to then roll out a few products that have been launched. And there's a very exciting roadmap ahead of us. I'm going to discuss some of it over the next half an hour, and then I'm going to keep the remaining 15 minutes for the interaction that we will have. So without further ado, I would request my colleague Kamla to put up the presentation that I can run through. And Aditya, if you can just give me a signal that I'm audible.
Yes, Akhil, we can hear you clearly and we can see you clearly as well.
Right, very well. Right. So we'll talk about the DLP phase one, the digital lending platform, the big transformation that is currently being done in the bank. Kamala, let's move to the next slide. So we DLP, the digital lending department. I'll give you a phase-wise overview of the products that we are going to bring in, the big benefits of why we are doing this digital transformation, and then the key achievements so far. Next slide, please. Look, as I said, so BOB has established the digital lending department to fundamentally reimagine the the lending model for the bank. Today, I'm assuming most of the participants are in branches or in areas of operations, and you are well aware of how much time, energy, and paperwork is spent on doing one single loan. It may be the smallest ticket size of the loans, but it takes an enormous amount of time. There's very less efficiency in the process, and if anybody has tried to be a member in LLPS, you know how much time and effort it takes to fill in more than 2,500 data fields that are there in LLPS. So as a Barodian, what exactly are we going to get out of it? There are two parts to it. One, now for the bank, we will have more journeys, more digital journeys. We'll be able to tap into a much larger customer base. More importantly, a lot of it will now be moved to a data-driven approach. Now, all of this, we can discuss in some level of detail, and as time permits, we can go into the depths of it. Let me give you, a few examples of, what we're discussing. Now, considering, how much time and manpower it goes in doing a single personal loan of, let's say, 2 lakh rupees or a 3 lakh rupees. The branches today do not prefer to do anything which is less than that threshold. Forget about doing something for 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 rupees. But microcredit is now a very important emerging product in the market. And if we don't play in that segment, then there are other banks and NBFCs that have coming very fast and are cornering a big chunk of the market. As a result of which, today the bank does not have a big share in the personal loan segment. Employees, the digital journeys will help in doing ushering in a lot more efficiency, less man, a lot more increased productivity, and it will be an enhanced customer experience by way of time, accountability of what stage the application is in, what is the expected turnaround time, etc. And a lot of it is the change management rests on the able shoulders of the digital lending champions that we have appointed across the bank. So today we have nearly 200 digital lending champions, one in every region and 1 and 2 in every zone, that are going to be the driving force for this transformational exercise. So the digital lending department will keep communicating with the digital lending champions, and the digital lending champions will then communicate effectively with the various branches that we have in their territories. Kamala, next slide. So the big objective here is turn the lending journeys into a digital first approach. This is very different. We are not talking about digitizing paperwork. There is no fun in digitizing paperwork. If we have to take the same amount of paperwork that we used to take, there is no fun in doing this transformation exercise. The idea is to be able to build a de novo, a fresh digital journey. That journey should also draw the benefits of bringing in a lot more data into the journey. And what does more data mean? It also means that A, we of course have a lot more data on the customer. B, we will have to have new underwriting models to be able to better underwrite these customers. So the various objectives are: we bring in new digital first journeys, we migrate the existing lending products for business as usual products. There will be new products. I discussed about a small ticket PL. You could think about payable finance, receivable finance, buy now, pay later products, a range of agri products. There is a huge variety of new products that can be brought on. The digital first product cycle, additional channels. So we are going to bring this on mConnect, on internet banking, on website, on tablet banking. So all the channels, including the branch channel as well. There are, because of these footprints that we will have opportunities to upsell and cross-sell to the customers. The channel productivity will be far superior than what we have, and there will be tremendous cost savings and TAT reduction. So overall, if there are two things that the digital lending department and the digital lending journeys will help us deliver, one is new streams of revenue, and B, there will be a dramatic decrease in operating cost. Because for digital lending, we do not need, we can empower people to do more sales, more advisory. They don't have to be involved in the grunt work, in filling in paperwork, in photocopying, in running around. All of it, the grunt work will get reduced, and they will be able to do a lot more value-added work, like talking to the customer, giving him the right set of advice to sell a product. Next slide, please. Now, I've discussed about this in some format, but I will just reiterate. What are the benefits to the customers? Seamless application journeys. We are talking about in-principle approvals in 30 minutes. We are talking about journeys that will take as less as 3 clicks or 30 seconds to fulfill. And I'm going to talk about one journey later in this presentation, for which I need all of you to be ready with the last 4 digits of your debit card number. I repeat, please be ready with the last 4 digits of your debit card number. There will be a faster loan approval. And as I said, I'm going to show you something later on. And there will, of course, be the ease of application and a much better customer experience. Simultaneously, all of them translate to far significant benefits for the bank. There will be more value-added services, activities that our officers can do. They can focus more from inward to outward, from doing a lot of paperwork internally to doing a lot of operating work internally, to focusing more on the customer's needs. And finally, of course, all of it translates to a far greater amount of efficiency that we'll be able to deliver. And we'll talk about it in some form later. Next slide. Now, these are some of the big numbers that we are looking at. And emerging leaders in the bank should have a view of it. We discussed on the first 2 in the upper half of the presentation. There's a view of what the outstanding credit of scheduled commercial banks is expected to grow over the next 5 years at close to 10% CAGR. When we digitize our lending processes, we expect us to grow at 16%. Almost from 3 lakh crore, we expect to go to 6 lakh crore of a book by 2025. So we will far outpace the industry if we do digital lending and if we do it well. We have no natural reason to do it well. We all have to put in adequate effort to do it and to achieve this. only when we do it right, only when we dedicate ourselves to this mission, will we be able to achieve a growth which is almost 1.5 times that of the industry growth. Next slide, please. Now, spend some time on this slide. View of where we are in our journey, and this is slides. Simplify this. So, in the middle of the slide, you have the various stages that exist in a typical lending process. So, there's a lead generation, by data validation, bureau check, income verification, then we give an AIP, then we do a final sanction, there's a KYC step, and then the result signing stamping, and then mandate setting up. The first phase, which is on the left, you see there are some products that have been digitized to the in principle sanction stage. And these are largely your retail products, personal loan, home loan, auto loan, Mudra loan is going to come in shortly. And then there is the Swanidhi product. For some of you, you may have used the Swanidhi portal to be able to open the loan account and disbursement, trigger it from the portal itself. And I'm very sure those of you who've used it know what kind of a fantastic experience it gives to the branch user himself. And he doesn't, sorry, I have to take this call. There's this, the MD calling, just a second. Sorry. So, so effectively, we in the first phase of the program is to take it to the in principle sanction, and that takes a care of about 50% of the journey. And today, you to go to Bank of Baroda website, you can do it right now as well, and see if you go to bankofbaroda.com and do a home loan application. So if you do a personal loan, maybe just scroll down, you will see, and do an apply now, right? I urge all of you to make an application. You don't have to go through it, but please make an application. So you yourself will be able to see, what that app is like. And there is a follow-up that gets triggered the moment a customer puts in their application request. And there is very rigorous automated follow-up that happens by way of SMSs, emails, etc., and contact center as well. So please put it in, do the journey in as far as you please, get acquainted with it. And I would also love to hear your feedback on how we can improve it. Now, once the customer completes that journey on the website, the application automatically moves to LLPS. Completes the journey on the website or mConnect, the application automatically moves to LLPS with all the data that was collected in the journey. And LLPS, almost 30% to 35% of the fields come in filled automatically, which means great amount of your work that you would do as a maker. The data filling step of LLPS has been eliminated. You have now a customer who will get basis whatever declarations he's made. He is eligible for the bank's personal loan or a home loan as per the bank's credit policy. And all now you have to do it is touch base with him, get the required information that is not pre-filled already. So it gives you a great visibility in terms of what your pipeline is. So, and it is all integrated portal of PSB 59. So every day in the morning, every branch that has access to Bankers portal of PSB 59, which I believe everybody has, can log in. You will be able to see leads that come from DIL.bob. DIL stands for digital loans. Those digital loans.bob are the applications that come from the various channels, website, mobile, marketing, etc. And they will all come into Bankers portal. Note, not all of them will have the AIP with them. Most of them will not have reached the AIP stage. You will have to, while we will keep sending nudges centrally by way of SMSs and automated emails, you will also have to call them up and get them to get to the AIP stage. Only once they get to the AIP stage will they then move over to LLPS, where you can process them for a sanction. Swanidhi, I've talked about. Now, on the left, you look at what the product roadmap for the digital lending department looks like in the year. By March, what can you expect? By March, you can expect complete digital for personal loan, home loan, and personal loan, mudra loan, and home loan will come in subsequently in April. And loan against FD. The loan against FD is also going to come in by March. Kamala, next slide, please. Are some of the numbers that we have. What have we been able to achieve? Today, we booked nearly 900 loans on the micro PL through mConnect, and that is almost 95% of the PLs that are getting booked in the bank are digital in nature, which is through the micro PL by volume. In terms of applications that are coming into the DLP1 platform, which land on the Bankers portal today, we get nearly 2,800 applications on a daily basis. And PM Swanidhi, most of you would be aware of it manually, but those of you who did things through the portal know what kind of experience it was. And I know some of you who've done it through that have wanted to do it through that. Nearly 30% of the applications, which is almost 50,000 that we've sanctioned in the bank, have been done through that digital process. And on the right is a summary snapshot of what is coming in. We are bringing a new underwriting model that will evaluate more than 1,000 data points. The 200 digital lending champions are the bedrock of this digital lending transformation. There are going to be 55 services from fintech companies that will get integrated, 12 products, and there will be 2 digital lending platforms. One is already live, where we get so many applications, and the second one will come in by March. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now, type in a message, and the message should look like the following. PAPL, capital P for Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Lucknow, PAPL, capital. Then put in a space, put in the last 4 digits of the debit card number, of your debit card number. Let me repeat. PAPL digits of your debit card number and send it to the following number: 8422009988. Let me repeat. 84220099 and 88. Send the message. Now, I can't get any feedback. I'm not sure if I can get any feedback here from the participants. But I'm assuming that there is, you will get back. Maybe you can write in the Q&A box that you have. Somebody says no. Not yet. Okay. I think all of you would have sent it at the same time. Yeah, I got a message. You got a message. I see. Yes, now the messages have started rolling in. Can one of you actually type in what is the message that you received?
Akhil, would you prefer we unmuted one of the participants who's actually said that they have got a message? Nandita, maybe you can do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
I can do that.
Oh, Pratik, I didn't realize you were on.
I'm doing very well. How are you? Sorry, I joined a tad bit late. We were having connection issues, so because of that. But please, I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Okay. No. Just having a little bit of interactive fun. Okay, so we are saying, yeah. So there are all sorts of messages. So there is Randhir Pandey says, we regret to inform you that you're not eligible for the pre-approved offer. And then Sudarshan says you're eligible for pre-approved credit limit of rupees 50,000 for consumer durable, Bank of Baroda, right? So yeah. So those are some of the messages we are getting in. Very well. So effectively, this is that is available for all our customers. We have pre-approved a certain session of our customer base, including our employees. They today have a micro PL limit. Now let me tell you where all you can use this micro PL limit. There are 3 ways to use this micro PL limit that you have. One, Kamala, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, so I saw a lot of people got Chirag, got Nitesh. Oh, I did. Is also on the person who's coded that message. So, Sushil, Puneet Madan, Sunil Kumar. Okay, good. So a lot of you have got it. Fantastic. Now, the first way of drawing down that limit is log into your mConnect. You should have an Android right now. It's not live on iOS yet. iOS is coming soon. But if you log on to Android, which I'm assuming most of us have, the loan section on the in the first column, the bottommost icon is DIL, digital loans. If you click on that, you will be taken to the slide, which is the screen, which is on the right of the slide, which is congratulations. You may now avail the pre-approved personal loan up to, well, there's a limit here. For this guy, it is 69,000. Kamla, next slide. And the slider, you can set up the limit that you want. You can select the time. You will be able to select the tenor. So set the limit, set the tenor, and you will be shown what SB account will get credited in. Next slide, please. And voila, done. So 3 steps is all you have to do to take that limit. It takes you hardly 30 seconds. No paperwork, no documentation. For an existing customer, a pre-approved base, a limited part, in a very quick order of time. There is, of course, some levels of verification that have been built in for MPIN validation, checks, etc., to ensure that the right person takes it. All that is there. So that's the first place where you can take that pre-approved PL. The second part is you can also today go to our partner stores. And remember, I am making you do this little experiment here, or rather this initiative, for you to realize what the journey of the customer looks like. Right? While you are free to draw down that limit, but I want you to internalize what is it for the customer. Then, so this is the first channel. The second channel is you can go to our stores, which basically have the Pine Labs terminals, and these are all large stores, which are Tata Chromas, Reliance Digital, etc. And you can draw down that limit there. Now, the best part about that is, let's say you want to purchase an LG refrigerator. Let's say the cost is 30,000 rupees. So if you do not have it, what will you do? You will basically need to have 30,000 rupees in your savings balance and draw down that 30,000 rupee balance and pay the merchant. When you have a few and you are a pre-approved customer, able to take the EMI on the fly. You will be able to draw down make a loan account on the fly within that 3 seconds when you do the journey. Not just that, you will also be able to get cashback interest that is getting charged. So if, for example, we charge 15% interest, you will, depending upon what product, what brand you take, you will be able to get that kind of cashback back as well. Now, what did you do? You did not break your savings bank balance. You took a loan on the fly, and it is very likely that you will end up paying a lot less interest for the loan, or you may not even get interest charge. You may get everything back as a cashback. So that is the second one, which is offline. The third is we are also bringing this facility live to online merchants. right? And on online merchants, these are the likes of the large online merchants. You will be on the checkout page. You will be able to again draw down your pre-approved limit and make that purchase. I hope you are able to see the power of this for the customer, the ease that it provides, and the flexibility that it offers to the customer. All right, Kamala, do we have any more slides? Okay, let's move on. Yeah, well, this is what I've talked about. So there is, on the left, there is the digital lending department, which is the product manufacturer. The department works with business departments, IT department, MSME, retail. They're making new products. Then in the middle, the most critical element of change management is the digital lending champions. Those digital lending champions are the pipes through which the knowledge flow will happen in the bank. Every region has one digital lending champion. Every zone has one digital lending champion. And then from there, the digital lending champions talk to the branches, zonal offices, and come on, next slide. Yeah, I think this is fine. We've talked about this. This is fine. Next slide. Okay, fine. End of it. 5 minutes. So we have about 10 minutes for a Q&A. So Aditya.
Right. Thanks so much. Now we'll open the floor for questions. So, Nandita, could you just bring up the instructions to ask questions once again so that we can, pick up any questions from the group? So you can either paste your questions in the chat window, or you can let us know that you want to ask a question and we'll unmute you.
So as the questions pour in, Akhil, I'll just probably start with the first question. First and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time to explain this entire journey which the bank is undertaking, and it seems extremely fascinating. As a quick overview, and maybe you have indeed touched upon it, but with the digital lending platform coming in, and with the range of initiatives which we are now going to be taken, how does it improve our competitive positioning vis-a-vis some of our peers within the public sector itself? Where would we be standing apart from them, in your opinion?
I think we will stand poles apart, and you don't have to take my word for it. As recent as last week, we did consultations with the Reserve Bank, and it is their words that we do this successfully, we will become a template model for the entire public sector banking.
Phenomenal. I mean, that's really very interesting, and thank you for that. We've already got our first question in, and that's by Rajiv Bansal. And Rajiv asks if you could kindly elaborate on how would the MSME renewal journey look like? If you can share some light on that.
That's a very good question, Rajiv, and I'm glad. See, if you look at what we are doing when we do a renewal, there are a couple of things. One, we end up spending most of our time, 90% of our time, in renewals in cases in limits which are less than 25 lakh rupees. B, we actually do not end up not renewing. The number of non-renewals is next to nil. So what exactly are we renewing for? So what we're going to do is, we're going to basically put together a journey, and I hope we'll be able to make the first drop in February, which is next month, which will basically say that if conditions A, B, C, D of the promoter and the entity for a small ticket MSME are met, which is the revenue has not shown some decline, the account is not NPA, the promoter bureau score is above a certain threshold, etc., etc. So there are certain parameters that we have. If all of these are okay, then the account stands subject to any inspection observations that may be outstanding. And I would have loved to also digitize the inspection observations, but for the fact that inspection observations today are written on a piece of paper, so I'm sure going forward we can look at that also. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
So the next question which has come in, Akhil, is, and this is a very interesting one. How are we planning to use new technologies like blockchain, especially when it comes to agri lending, and how are we going to monitor the end usage of the funds which are given out as part of agri lending? Any thoughts which you can share on that?
No, I don't have any thoughts on agri lending particularly right now. So perhaps in the next session.
Okay. We also have a question which is regarding KYC. So, the question is fundamentally, we have cases or likely cases where, although the KYC seems to be updated in, Finacle, the actual fresh KYC differs from that. How can a digital tool help us, identify this? How can we use digital to make life simpler from a KYC perspective?
This is my apologies, I did not touch upon this very important part. And actually, there's another one from around documentation, and I would like to take both of them now. We are going to introduce something called as video KYC. And that video KYC will be a complete remote KYC. So for example, the way I am talking to you right now, I'm talking to Prateek. So, let's say Prateek is going to be a customer and I'm going to be a bank official. And I'm going to ask him a few questions. I'm going to verify his Aadhaar. I'm going to verify his PAN number. And I'm going to do the KYC over video. That's going to be an integral part of, by the way, not just our digital lending journeys, but also our account opening journeys. All our fresh account journeys, we are going to make that an integral part. That's one. The second is in terms of documentation. Again, a very important question and a very timely question, because I'm very happy to tell you that yesterday, the Bank of Baroda became the first bank in the public sector banks to do both e-sign and e-stamping. And we did our first document, which was e-stamped. I would love to actually show it to you because it's a... And bring it up. I don't know if you guys are able to see this, right? But this is an e-stamp document. And this is a loan agreement that is e-stamped. And if you see this, there is a signature there, that is an e-sign. So you must take pride in the fact that the bank became the first public sector bank to have an e-sign and e-stamping facility available in the public sector banking, and we are going to roll this out as part of the digital lending journeys.
So I know we are nearly at the close of our hour. So we are in the last 2 minutes. Akhil, all of these participants are now going to undertake a digital mindset lab in a very short period of time, early next month. And as part of this lab, they're going to build out some prototypes. They're going to bounce off ideas in terms of what might be some of the new things from a digital perspective which the bank can undertake. Any thoughts, any suggestions on what should be the direction of the participants as they are as they are thinking through digital ideas for the bank?
Yeah, Pratik, two things there. My advice to all is, one, please get away from traditional ways of doing things. Do not be rooted in the old ways, right? Paperwork is not the only way. Get in the habit of challenging status quo. Right? There are things that the bank is doing, that the bank will do. Viewers, you have to be active drivers. And especially the emerging leaders, you have to come up with fresh ideas. You have to push the boundary, right? You have to be very active in assimilating what is happening in the industry, in what we can do. All of you are connected to the ground. You know what the customers want. You should be able to come up with these novel ideas that the digital lending, digital banking, fintech, any of these divisions can then bring a product for. And please don't go as far as blockchain and all. That's fine. It will come when it has to come. Right? But we have problems today. We cannot take 30 days to sanction loans. Right? We will be out of the market if we keep doing home loans. Or there will be adverse selection that will happen. We will get the worst of the customers. So please push the boundaries. Right? And in as far as digital lending is concerned, I would like to hear from you what your suggestions are. Right? And please send me my email ID. All of you would already have, but I will repeat. It is akhilhanda@bankofbaroda.com. Please send me, there's no dot, nothing in there, akhilhanda@bankofbaroda. Please send me the email. I would love to hear from you what things can be done.
Perfect. Akhil, thank you so much once again on behalf of all the participants. I would like to once again thank you for all the time you've invested today. I think it's been an excellent session, very, very informative, and congratulations to you and your team for really helping the bank stand out. It's absolutely wonderful to see that the Reserve Bank of India has clearly called out in as many words that once this project is successful, we are going to stand proudly apart from the rest of the competition. We wish you all the best on behalf of the participants as well as on behalf of Deloitte. We wish you all the success for 2021. Thank you so much once again. Have a lovely weekend, and thank you participants for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pratik. And once again, thank you everyone for listening in. Please do push the boundaries. The bank looks up to all of you to deliver, and you are the shoulders. You are the solid shoulders on which the bank stands. I would love to hear from you. Please drop me an email whenever you have good ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Participants, you can now disconnect from the call. Thank you once again for your participation. Akhil, thank you once again. Have a lovely weekend ahead.
Thank you.